Greetings, YouTube. My wife and I went to a number of yard sales, a community barn sale, and a thrift store today. And we got a bonanza of deals of all stripes and colors. So, the first thing we picked up today is a numbered sketch of a maestro. My mother-in-law, my wife's mother, is a professional musician and has worked in orchestras in the past, so she will appreciate this. We'll probably get a decent frame for it. I got myself what is known as an official tire thumper, and it actually says on here, use only as a tire thumper. Manufactured by the Step by Step Company, Elizabeth, Arkansas. Can you actually see the use only as tire thumper? And I'm sure that no one has ever used this for any other purpose. Not only is it made of wood, but there is a metal weight in here that comes in about that far, which adds heft to the item in question. I got myself a hat, which is from the Charles Mears Limited. It's got a little picture of a crown on top. It may actually be an official British driving hat. I'm not positive. I paid 50 cents for the hat. I got myself a new t-shirt just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they aren't out to get you. Also, 50 cents. Now, my wife got herself something very colorful and quite cool. It is a hand-knitted raspberry-colored sweater, which she paid $10 for, which is an incredibly good price, seeing as this was made by hand. It appears to be some kind of poly mix, but it's still a very nice sweater, and my wife has a deep and abiding love for sweaters. She has far more sweaters than your average person ever will use. Now, she also has a love of bells. So we have a bell here. Which is a very nice tone. And that was only, I think it was $4, so that you can't really lose on that. Finding good bells is something that we get very lucky at yard sales with, quite frankly. And this is from, what is this from there?
Red Rose.
Red Rose tea. It's not particularly good tea, but they include little ceramic figures in their tea, mostly animals. But this is Mary and Joseph, and my wife's best friend, Dorinda, is a lover of Mary figures. So for 50 cents, we got her a Mary figure. My wife got herself a cup that has all the presidents up through Clinton, which I thought was kind of cool too. Got that in the same place as a tire thumper, oddly. Now, I have a personal thing for ceramics, and I like handmade ceramics, and this is a handmade cup. Now, it's done in a Japanese style. Now, this style is intentionally unattractive, with a rough finish, with an ugly palette. It's done that way as an aesthetic choice, kind of as to go against the whole concept of the object has to be beautiful to be artistic. And while this is not a classic piece of Japanese ceramics, it is a nice little example, and for $2, I couldn't lose. Now, this is a vase. In here, you can see the color palette. And it was apparently made by a woman who attended the Keene State College in Keene, New Hampshire. That's Keene. It was the woman who gave it to me, who sold it to me for $5, was her friend. So I'm assuming that this artist gave this to the woman as a gift, which she didn't seem to like a whole lot, because now I own it. We have a Moby CD, which I picked up for $0.25. Can't lose for a quarter. Jurassic Park 3 for $1. I actually don't have any of the Jurassic Park movies, but for $1 it gets me into the franchise. Castaway, which was 50 cents. Plan 9 from Outer Space, also 50 cents. Underworld Evolution, yes, it's not as good as the first one, I freely admit, but 50 cents, and it's got a commentary track, so what the heck. And $4 for the collector edition of Men in Black. It's got the little pamphlets, it's got 2 DVDs, everything included. Picked that up at a thrift store, so that was good. Existentialism from Dostoevsky to Sartre. The Great Turning from Empire to Earth Community, which is about trying to go to more of a collective way of dealing with the world as opposed to a pure capitalist model of thought. The Transformation of American Religion, how we actually live our faith. And I've been on a kick lately for reading about religion. And The Maya by Michael D. Coe. Now, I did a review earlier this year of a book that dealt with the Maya code, their language, and the work that went into it to decipher it as much as we have deciphered it. And this is the same author. This is a book that he had written earlier, and this book is the standard text for the Maya as it's taught in today's world in colleges. And this is 1966. So this is fairly early in the life of this book. Which actually might be worth something, to tell you the truth. Now, I also got a number of gaming books today. I picked up 6 first edition Dungeons and Dragons gaming books today, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, for $5. I picked up Unearthed Arcana, which is loved by almost everyone who's ever read it. The first edition Monster Manual. Deities and Demigods. The Wilderness Survival Guide. The Fiend Folio. Now, all of these books, I'm going to be selling them because I've got original copies of all of them already, so I really don't need them. And lastly, the original first edition Player's Handbook. Now, this book is in rough shape. I cannot sell this book. It's just not going to be worth anyone's time to buy it. However, I would like to make sure it goes to a good home. So here's the deal. If anyone who sees this video would like this copy of the first edition Player's Handbook for Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, you send me a video response. It must be 1 minute long, and it must deal with the topic of why you should have this book. And I'm going to let this contest run for 1 month, so September 1st will be the end of the contest, and I will then pick out of however many I get, which I consider is the best video response, and whoever sends it to me, I will mail this to you anywhere on the planet that a post office can get a book sent to. It's a good book. It's fun, and it's a bit of nostalgia from the gaming community. So you should be interested if you are a gamer. So send in a video response. And if I only get one, you're an instant winner. And we also picked up a new guest for our home. Isn't he just a lovely little bat? I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you.